Assassin's Creed Unity is one of the strongest AC titles in recent memory. I grew fond of it the first night I got to play it after receiving it as a Christmas gift back in 2014. I played the Xbox One version and I was faced with many technical issues, though I pushed through the frustration because there was a great game under the surface amidst all the controversy that the game was stirring up at the time. Unity immediately hit me with that traditional Assassin's Creed persona. The game makes you sit through 2 hours of exposition before getting to play as an assassin, and that isn't really out of the ordinary for Assassin's Creed. This series likes to pitch a story to the players that they will understand and want to follow in the many hours to come. The first few hours aren't that fun to play through, but this time is important and it sets the stage for what's to come.
He robbed me.
By the time Arno is handed his hidden blade, the players already understand the character and what his motivations are. The story that follows is clear and easy to understand because of those first few hours that the game spent setting up the story. Talking about Unity is a tough one because at its core, in my opinion, is one of the best titles in the series, but it's also one of the most rocky performance-wise. In 2023, I'm still faced with huge pop-in and clipping issues even when playing on a pretty hefty gaming PC. This is frustrating, but I'm here to talk about why this is one of the finest installments in the series. By the time the story of Unity gets rolling, Arno has nothing left. He's lost his father and his mentor, and things with his love interest are left complicated. Arno has nowhere to turn but to the assassins, and he does, especially after learning his father was involved in the order.
I'm tired of running from my failures. Monsieur de la Serre, my father. I want to make it right.
The death of Grand Master de la Serre weighs on you. Why? Did you wield the blade yourself?
Does it matter? The blame still lies with me.
In past videos, I've talked about why it's important to me as a player to believe why our main protagonist would give everything up to join a strict order of assassins. And here it's because Arno is left alone, and all roads seem to point him in the direction of the Hidden Ones. Once we get to this point, the gameplay, missions, and open world are all laid out in front of us to explore and spend hours in. Revolutionary Paris is masterfully recreated down to the finest of details. It's really easier to show you guys this than to explain it. So here you'll see some gameplay that just shows what the population was up against at the time. Disease, starvation, blood, and murder is what we were greeted with in this city. This is the first time I saw Ubisoft truly go above and beyond with the detail in their open world playground. The streets are cluttered and can feel claustrophobic at times. The spacing between buildings is always the perfect amount for Arno to leap between rooftops. And to go along with the gorgeous open world is a new revamped parkour system. When gamers praise Unity, they're usually referring to the game's excellent parkour system. While it is far from perfect, it is very stylistic, flashy, and it sets itself apart from any other parkour in the entire series. I do love the parkour here, and every time I play, I find myself discovering new animations. But at times, the parkour can be hard to control and understand. It's very snappy and unpredictable. It seems like the game often tries to predict what path the player wants to take. I sunk many hours into this game over the years, and I'm still running into these weird, glitchy moments that can quickly take you out of the experience. Unity is a game that understands what made Assassin's Creed so appealing to fans. When you break it down, it's the stealth, parkour, assassinations, freedom to approach levels whatever way the player sees fit, and a campaign that fully immerses itself in the historical setting. Unity recognized all of these points and made them crucial to the game's identity. Unity is the ultimate Assassin's Creed sandbox. An element that many fans want in their games in the modern age is multiplayer, and Unity has that also. I spent many hours in this multiplayer mode with a few of my buddies. Pulling off heists and assassinations together is the type of multiplayer I wanted from the series. Yes, Assassin's Creed had multiplayer long before Unity, but Unity had co-op missions that could be played and executed with a friend. as opposed to the competitive cat and mouse games found in Brotherhood Revelations, AC3, and Black Flag, where you're pitted against your friends. I was actually a fan of this game mode back in the day. I spent plenty of time playing the multiplayer for Black Flag with an old friend of mine, and it was a great time. But the co-op missions in Unity are what I was really looking for when it came to multiplayer in Assassin's Creed. It was simple, but it gave you the freedom to approach a mission whatever way you wanted with up to 3 friends. That brings us to 2023. I've revisited Unity on PC, and the story is even more intriguing and powerful than it was a decade ago. An Assassin's Creed game that is so centered on Brotherhood, fighting Templars, and a personal vendetta, that's all exactly what I wanted from revisiting this title. Unity understands what Assassin's Creed is, and I think that's why fans love it so much. So there's lots to be enjoyed here. If you find yourself intrigued at any of this gameplay and think it looks semi-fun, I definitely think you should give it a shot. And if not, just hit the like button and subscribe, drop a comment, maybe letting me know your thoughts on how this game looks. And let me know what Assassin's Creed titles have you played, which ones are your favorite. And thanks for watching, Assassins. Happy gaming.